What's up, y'all? Hi. Um, I've been minding my black ass business, taking care of myself. And so I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't had a chance to be on here. Um, and I'm really glad. I'm glad that I gave myself the space to just kind of be with what I needed to be. And I realized that the more often that I do that, that I just take what I need to take, then I actually have something to reflect on. Um, you know, because mostly what I'm sharing is just what's happening in my life anyway, or the reflections that come up for me as I'm living my life. And so if I don't actually spend some time living my life, then I don't have anything to reflect on. So there's that. Um, so I missed y'all, and um, I'm glad to share this, and maybe I'll share some other things, but this is what's present for me today, and has been present for me today. So, um, I, I just left California, and I wasn't sure where I was going or what I was going to do. And, the experience that I've been having since I came back to the state is one of um, really trying to move through life and sort out what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And um, historically, I have moved as a function of attempting to find home. And one of the deepest spiritual principles I've been um, assigned to practice in the last 6 months is that I am my own home, and that wherever I am, embodied and present in myself and in my purpose, is my home. And it's been beautiful, and it's been hard, it's been unnerving, because what it means is that I'm back in the United States, but without a geographic anchoring place. Like, I don't have any place that I call home, any geographical place. And historically, for me, that has meant something really dangerous. When I've not had a physical place to call home, and I spend too much time on the road, whatever that means, is a recipe for just driving my life into the shitter. As a recipe for, acting out, is a recipe for making decisions that weren't in service of my best interest or my highest good. It was a place where I could really become self-destructive if I didn't have home, whatever that was. And that's not who I am today. And, again, by this premise of I am my own home, then it also means that the things that used to dictate how I organized my life around home don't exist anymore. So, I'm just back in the United States with, 4 bags. That's what I got. That's what I came back from New Zealand with. A big suitcase, a medium suitcase, a roller bag, and a shoulder bag. And so I say all of that to say that when I left California, and, it was on fire and locked down in many ways because of a global pandemic. And and sort of ever increasingly being inundated with the rhetoric of, growing fascism and racism and uprisings, I was like, okay, and I don't have no home, and I'm just out here roaming. What do I do? And I had the inclination to go home. Home, i.e., my hometown, i.e., where my family still lives. And it was really, it was like, I need to feel like there is something constant in my existence. Like, in this experience of impermanence, in this experience of insecurity, in this experience of uncertainty, what is known? My family is known. My people, they're known. I know them. I know them so much that I spent years hating the fact that they just didn't change. That the city was the same, that everybody still lived there, that all the things were the same. And never in my life have I been so grateful for continuity and consistency than this past weekend spending time with my family. It was so incredibly beautiful. It was so exactly what I needed. It was, it was going home to myself, because in them I see me. And I see the range of me. I see the me that I don't get on this device and share with you all necessarily. I see the me I came from. I see the me that existed before anybody but them knew my name. And how replenishing that was. I spent time with my best friend, and we bickered and fought, and what I realized was, like, right, I'm so secure in this relationship that I can fight with this woman, because we've been in this for 34 years, and there's no part of me that doubts that we'll make it to the other side. That never felt at risk. I never felt like I might lose her. And so what I want you all to leave with in this conversation today is that in this time of fear, uncertainty, insecurity, unknownness, in this time of apocalypse, where so much is unstable and uncertain, where we must anchor is in relationship. That is the solid ground. It won't be geographical. It won't be in a time where the literal planet is burning up, where it's burning up and melting at the same time. Ground doesn't even mean the same thing right now, right? Like, steady ground doesn't even have the same connotation as it had, decades ago. And so the things that we have historically called home, the things we have historically put our stability in, do not serve us in the same way. If your stability was your job, COVID probably sent you home to work from home or laid you off. If your stability was some sort of place, for all we know, that place is on fire now, or flooding now, or hit with double hurricanes now, or whatever that is. If your sense of security was coming from what you could buy, or what you could look like, or how much money you had, if those were the things in which you were stabilizing your sense of self, your sense of identity, your sense of security, you are being brought to a moment where you'll have to reckon with how not true that is. Because the only thing that is constant in a time of complete and total uncertainty is humans and human relationship. And that if we're not anchoring in human relationship, if we are not going to that which is unchangeable because we have built the foundation of relationship that makes it powerful, that makes it authentic, that makes it vulnerable, that makes it possible to be the fullness of you inside of it, then we haven't built the thing we're going to need to survive. And so I really encourage you to figure out who's your home. Not where's your home. Who's your home? Who is your home? And how do you build that? And who do you need to add to your home? Because it will not be enough for it to be small. In order to survive this, we will need estates of relationships. We will need developments of relationships. We will need to invest in the infrastructure of relationship in the same way that we were investing in the infrastructure of cities, in the infrastructure of gentrification, in the infrastructure of capitalism, in the infrastructure of bodily hierarchy. We're going to have to invest in the infrastructure of relationship to the same extent. And so I really invite us to think about what those relationships are and how we give to them more authentically and more powerfully. Because when everything else falls away, it's what we're going to need the most to get to the other side. All right. Bye, y'all.